Hi, this is Joe again with another video. The chair has great timing to act up. I'm going to be doing this video for my Big Six Towers shareholders page. I'm going to upload to YouTube and then link it over because it's a couple of issues I want to discuss. And it'll be easier for me to do a video, so at least those of you who are watching this will get in the proper tone instead of maybe just reading it and won't get the proper tone of what I want to discuss. Well, recently there was a post that I made on the page about mistakes that the board has made in recent years, and we shouldn't be re-electing the same people again because they're going to keep making the same mistakes and hurting the shareholders. And a member of the page, and I'm going to say who it is, asked, "Oh, what mistakes?" And I responded, "Oh, the water bill, the master antenna, keep having Howard Geary as well, not for the last 2 years, but Howard Geary is our treasurer who messed up with the water bill and will mess up again, and will mess up with our finances." And put in responding, "Oh, the water bill was a different animal." I said, well, the situation with the water bill was when we were getting built, when Big Six was getting built by DEP, for some stupid, some kind of legal reasons. I don't know who came up with this idea. I think it's from DEP came up with this brilliant idea, for this stupid idea. And not brilliant idea, it's a stupid idea. They have this third company pay for the water bill, for Big Six Towers. And this company didn't do his job, did a lousy job. And not only that, but Howard Geary, who was the treasurer at the time, and I don't think he was treasurer at first when the bill came in. He came in just afterwards onto the board and he became the treasurer. There was no supervision from the board towards this company in terms of the water bill. That's why that's why I'm blaming Howard for this whole situation, because he's supposed to be the treasurer. He was the treasurer at the time, and he's supposed to look over the bills. And this bill, plus all of our other finances, the treasurer is supposed to do his or her job to look over this stuff. And with the water bill is concerned, they allowed this company to just do it. Oh, who cares? The company is doing it. It's their job. Yada yada yada. We have nothing to do with it. It's their job. And I said, well, if they're not doing it, you're supposed to make sure, as the board, as the board's treasurer, to make sure that this third company, is doing their job. And apparently, for about 6 or 7 years, I don't know how long it was, I think it was 6 years. For 6 years, they didn't even realize that we were being shortchanged by the DEP for the water bill, because they didn't charge us for 6 years for building 6 and 7. So the board at the time, when the situation became a big thing, Kevin Doyle, who was the board president or I should say the late Kevin Doyle was the board president at the time, and his running buddy Howard, when they were notified that the shortchanging was going on, put the blame on the company and not their own incompetence for not supervising the supervisors. Okay, that's what I meant with the because the supervisors, was the board, didn't supervise the supervisors, and that's why I made a whole big thing with when I mentioned the water bill situation. And the other mistake is, of course, keep letting Howard Geary be the treasurer at the time, and hey, he royally screwed up. Okay, the guy royally screwed up. Because first of all, he doesn't have a background in accounting. What did he do for 30 years? He was a cop, for God's sake. He was a police officer. He was on Mayor Koch's security detail during when he was mayor, and a few years after he was mayor, until when Howard retired from the police department. That was his job. Protecting Ed Koch is not accounting. Alright? It's working on a security detail. How can that make Howard qualified to be the treasurer on our board? Come on, folks. You know, you can't be I'm sorry, but you people cannot be that dense. Okay? And that's why I made a whole big issue over that. Okay? Because I still feel that Howard is responsible, maybe not 100% responsible, but at least 50% responsible for what happened with the water bill. And he is definitely 100% responsible for all the other financial problems that we had while he was treasurer. True, the last 2 years we have somebody else as treasurer, but Howard Geary is still on the finance committee. So he does have a say in terms of where the finance committee is concerned, with you know, what's going on in the finance. He's still screwing up, because now we realize, I just posted this yesterday on the page, that Big Six Towers has applied for a fuel surcharge, because now we're getting into the heating season now. Even though it's going to be in the 60s, you know, after the day and during this video, it's going to go back up into the, it's going to go up into the 1960s and 1960s. It's going to go up in the 60s, you know, in temperature, and by the weekend. So, you know, we're not going to need heat when it's 60 degrees out. I mean, I know people are going to complain, oh, they're chilly and all that stuff. You know, people who are more sensitive to colder weather are going to complain, oh, you know, where's the heat? Well, we have heat today. Okay, so on the day we're doing this video, we have heat today in the apartments, or at least we should. But going on to the other issues I want to talk about, I just want to move on and try to do a short video as I can. The other mistakes that's been going on is I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. But the other mistakes the other thing is the master antenna that they mentioned. That they haven't. I know I didn't address this in my bio or in the mechanics nights or anything, and I regret that because I wanted to focus on the financial problems. So that's why I didn't bring it up. And I know people probably get tired of me bringing up the master antenna. That's why I didn't bring it up. And I was tired of bringing it up, but I brought it up again in this post that I'm talking about. The problem with the master antenna is that we used to have a company here that used to maintain and repair and do any upgrades with the master antennas in the buildings. And with all the extra surcharges we're going to get, not only the fuel surcharge, but the extra maintenance increases we're going to get. That in 2024, then again in 2025, on top of the 21% increase we had back in this past April, the first thing that people get rid of is the cable television. Because I know from us, for me and my apartment, we spend over $200 for cable TV, and I don't have HBO, Showtime, or Cinemax, and I don't have any of these premium channels, and it still costs me over $200, which is a lot of money, and especially with the increases, and when they have the money for the maintenance increases, then cable TV. But as soon as they pull the cable box out, or I have Spectrum come down and pull the box out and kill the signal, I'm not going to see any television. I mean, if I didn't have cable, I won't be able to watch the fifth game of the World Series, which happened last night. I won't be able to watch the World Series at all, or any playoff games, because of the master antenna not working. And dumbfounded that in 14 years, since 2009, Big Six Towers has not even upgraded the master antenna at all. And if I am elected, I ask, well, what am I going to do about the master antenna? Well, the master antenna, I'm looking to get if I'm elected to the board, I'll make a motion to look for a company, or to put bids out there, to have a company come down and fix the master antennas. If that doesn't work, as a backup, we have 3 cable companies that supply cable service to Big Six Towers: Verizon, Spectrum, and the company formerly known as RCN. Because I know they changed the name, so I forgot what the new name is. To contact these 3 companies and see if they're willing. There goes the phone. If they're willing to do a service, we can provide a box for the. I'm gonna kill the person who's calling me. To do the cable box. To pause the video. Alright, sorry about that. I have to go run over and get the phone. And what I was saying before I was interrupted, that I wanted to have, if I can get a company to come in here to maintain the master antenna, to do have one of the 3 cable companies to fix to provide shareholders who cannot spend $200 for cable and don't have television service because of the way the master antenna is, and a Big Six refusing to fix it, or get a company, or to hire a company to fix it, to have one of the 3 cable companies provide a box to shareholders for a very, very small fee, maybe no more than $20 or $30, to rent a box out so they could see the over-the-air channels. I'm talking about 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13, plus maybe channel 21, and plus any over-the-air channels that you can pick up with the master antenna. They will provide those channels, and not channels that's on cable, like ESPN or HBO. If shareholders want to change their mind and have those channels, it should be on them. But for the over-the-air channels that you can't see with because of the way the master antenna is, to do, they have a box that does program for for those channels. I'm talking about the over-the-air channels, and not the cable channels. Of course, the last topic I want to talk about, I know I'm going through these topics fast because I'm going to do a fast video for a change. One thing I definitely want to discuss is the fact that we just had Halloween 2 days ago. Those of you who don't know or don't remember, I was boycotting Halloween this year because of the person who was doing the trick-or-treating in Building 3 was once again, for the 3rd year in a row, was picked again to, quote, volunteer to the trick-or-treating and out in the lobby. Well, that's one of the things that I would like to get rid of. I know it's mainly a positive event, but unfortunately the problem with the event is the fact that the people who organize the event pick and choose who they want to have volunteer in the lobbies. For several years I put my name in to volunteer for to do the trick-or-treating in the lobby, but unfortunately my name was I was never picked. Okay, and one year we didn't have any, even though I volunteered, I was still not picked, and we didn't have anybody in the Building 3 lobby to do the trick-or-treating. So I came down with the candy and the wreaths because nobody was coming up, no kids were coming up with their parents. So I ran down, and people were coming in, saw me in the lobby with the candy, and they came in, and other shareholders came from Building 3 came down, and they kind of helped me out. They came down with their stuff, and they came out a little bit nicer, and they saw that I was down there by myself, and they figured to help me out, and I appreciated it. I thanked them for coming down. I didn't yell or scream at them. I didn't throw a fit. I didn't yell. I didn't say, "Hey, you're stealing my thunder here." I didn't act like that. Unfortunately, the person who was picked in Building 3 is Colleen Dwyer, is her name. I came down, the first year that she did it was like 2021, was the first year she did it. She was completely and totally annoyed, and there was no beef between us at that time. She was miffed that I was down there. I mean, I could tell with her body language and everything, she was mad that I was down there. And when I made the bad, like a year later, on August of 2022, I made a bad joke, which I've explained what it is already, because we were in the elevator, and she says, and Colleen says to another neighbor, another shareholder, that I was beneath her. I said, he's beneath me. I know he is because he's beneath me. And it's the way, the tone of her voice and the way she said, I was offended by it. And I made a joke. I said, "Oh, you make it sound like it's a bad thing. That I'm beneath you." Instead of just moaning and groaning and maybe just laughing it off, she took it the wrong way, and she got offended by it. I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to be offended by what I said, but she did. And even though I apologized for it, and telling the story again so people would know what I'm talking about. Even though I apologized at the time, she didn't give a damn. To put it bluntly, she didn't care. And what she did like 2 months later, I thought, okay, as long as I apologized to her at the time, and I think that should have been the end of it. But any person who has thinks normally, that should have been the end of it. I apologized. Finished. The situation is finished, as far as I was concerned. But unfortunately, Colleen saw me down there, and mind you, I didn't say a word to her. I didn't say a word to her son. She calls public safety on me and demands that they kick me out of the lobby. And Richard Ulrich, who of course is a fellow candidate, and he defended me. And he said to secure the public safety, he said, "Hey, Joe didn't do anything. I've been with him the whole time. He hasn't done a thing to warrant him being kicked out of the lobby." But Colleen made such a pest out of herself, to put it blunt, to put it in more polite terms, she made such a pest out of herself that public safety kicked me out. I was so ticked off, and a year later, I'm still angry over it because I felt that she had no right to kick me out. Right? And over the last year, I've been writing posts, I've been doing these videos, complaining about what had happened, explaining my side of the story. But unfortunately, the problem is that so many more people are defending Colleen, which ticks me off to no end. People are writing posts on the page saying, "Oh, she's such a nice person. She's such a special person," and all this crap. And I said, "Oh yeah, if she's so nice, now how come she kicked me out of the lobby? And how come in the last year she hasn't apologized for it? Not one time that in the last year has she even made an attempt to apologize to me for kicking me out, because she knows that she did something wrong. She shouldn't. Like the old saying goes, 2 wrongs to make a right. True, I was the one who started the whole situation. Yes, I apologized at the time for it. Fortunately, I have not received any credit for even apologizing to her, because it's not my fault that Colleen refuses to accept my apology. She still has not accepted my apology, and every time when either her or her son happens to see me in the building, he turns right around and runs right out the door goes back where they came from, and gets so scared. I mean, she had it so drummed in her head to be scared of me, when she has absolutely no reason to, because I am not in. Because first of all, I don't hit women, okay? I don't hit them. As much as as angry as I am at Colleen for what she did, I'm not going to hit her. I'm not going to assault her. I'm not. I said assault her in any way, shape, or form. You know why? Because Colleen is not worth hitting. Okay? She's just not worth hitting. Like just the other day, I went to check my mail, and another person she was coming in as I was already in the mailroom to get my mail, and to get the mail out of my mailbox. And as soon as he saw me, and there was another shareholder was holding the door for us, said, "Come in and get your mail," And as soon as he saw me, she turns right around and runs upstairs, runs up to her apartment. Because she was so scared that I would be, even though I never threatened her at all. I didn't want to make this point. I know what Colleen has posted on another page and stuff like that, but I never threatened Colleen at all. I never threatened her physically. I never threatened to beat her up. I never threatened anything. All I demanded was for her to apologize to me. That's it. Okay? And to continue what has been going on, I know I did ask on the page if this stupid flyer was around. Because apparently, I think Colleen's son, I believe it was him. I didn't see him, but I believe it's him. I'm not 100% sure. So, I know I'm going to get flack for this, but I believe he was the one who photographed me taking candy. And this was going on for 2 weeks before Halloween. That Colleen and her son were putting out candy out for for the kids. Mostly lollipops to the kids. And so, and I spoke to several people about what's going on. And from public safety to maintenance and everything, and they all said the same thing. Who the hell puts out candy 2 weeks before Halloween? That's what they do. That's what they've been doing it. And so big deal. I took a couple of lollipops, big deal, and it was complaining. Oh, I took the whole thing. And Liz Gleason, who lives in Building 3, who ran for the board in the early years of the board elections, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, she accused me of being a thief, accused me of acting like a 2-year-old, and she puts this flyer up, and she made sure they put the words candidate on this flyer, and I did ask around. I don't think this flyer was in any other building. It was just in Building 3. Even though I did ask around, nobody really answered this question. And as soon as they saw this flyer, that's when he ripped it down, and they showed public safety this is going on. And they made a report, and I said, we made a report in public safety, informed them on it. And I said at the time on Facebook, if I see another one of these flyers, I'm going to file an harassment complaint with the police department. Thankfully, there's never been, I haven't seen another, flyer since then, and I have not even seen Liz Gleason since then. I haven't seen him before then either. And in the flyer, she made the claim that she gave me $40 to make up for the money I spent last year when Colleen kicked me out of the lobby. True, Liz Gleason did give me offered $40. I refused to accept money from Liz Gleason because she's not the one who should give me the $40. Colleen should give me the $40 because she was the one who kicked me out of the lobby in the first place. And I did arrange with management to do a mediation so we could settle this feud. Because I want to, it's been a year already. I want this thing to be over and done with. Okay? I don't want to keep talking about it. I don't want to keep doing these videos, talking about it and all that stuff. I just want this thing over and done with. But Colleen said no. she refused to come down for it. Management contacted her, but Colleen refused to come down. Now, for those of you who are defending her, who are defending Colleen, let me ask you this. If she's such a nice, special person, why can't she come down to management, have management be an independent third party and do a mediation and to sell this thing? Why can't she sell it? I'm willing to sell it, to sell the situation. Management is willing to sell the situation. Why can't Colleen come down, put her big girl pants on, come down to management and apologize? You know why? I tell you why. Because she's a stinking coward. That's why. Plain and simple. And if her son, and people come up to me and say, "Oh, son is disabled." If her son is so disabled, not only physically has physical problems, but also mental problems as well. I'm not going to say what it is in this video because it's not. As angry as I am at Colleen, I'm not going to go there. If he is so disabled, but physically with a bad back, bad heart, and whatever other issues he has or might have, what is he doing working for United Parcel Service every November and December? Because when UPS hires extra help, deliver packages that people order online, for Christmas. If he's so disabled, why is he carrying heavy packages with his bad back and his bad heart and with his heart condition with UPS? You know why? Because they're playing the system, folks. And also they're playing on the sympathies of all you guys who are defending her, and those of you who did donate candy to Colleen for the Halloween this year, because you feel so sympathetic that I'm picking on her. And I said, hey folks, she had a whole year now. Excuse me. She had a whole year now to make amends, to settle this feud with me. Okay? I'm willing to sell it, but Colleen, and my voice is going, excuse me, my voice is already going now. She refused to sell this. Because it's on her for not willing to sell this thing. So if she was so nice and so special, nobody should do it. I'm going to say this again before I close this video. Those of you who helped her out on Halloween this year, you should be ashamed of yourselves. I have to say it. You have to be. I know I'm a candidate, and the election is still going on, but I have to. Those of you who helped her in the Building 3's lobby this year, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. You should all be embarrassed, because this person is a joke. This person is a disgrace to the teaching profession. Okay? And anybody who continues to defend her, you're going to be cut off you're going to be thrown off the page. I'm telling you right now. And any of you who continues to defend Colleen, you're going to be removed from the page. I'm telling you right now. That's how. I'm still that angry about the whole situation. I'm still angry that I wasted $40 last year. It's a disgrace that this year, because of what's going on, I was not able to give out candy to the kids this year. And it's all because Colleen refuses to apologize. I want to thank you for watching this video. I'll cut off the video now, and I do hope, despite what I've said here in this video, I do hope you vote for me for the board. Those of you, because we still, as far as I know, we're still about 60 votes short. I don't know if they updated since then. I have no idea. But I do want you all to send in. There's no excuse anymore to send in your ballots, especially if you don't like all these increases we've been getting. Send your ballots in. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.